stop the sun from shining.
Hello and welcome everybody. My name's Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com, and I'm here with the Sensational Scorpio February Horoscope for 2022. Well, you're going to have a very busy and active month this month, dear Scorpio, because there's a lot going on to do with communications and new ideas, and you may even be thinking about studying or, learning in some way. Mercury has been retrograde and will be until the 3rd of the month, but then Mercury turns direct. So there's a little bit of energy called a shadow period, and so it might be a few days after that the energy of Mercury direct comes on fully, but it's in your 3rd house of communications. So there's really like a double lot of communications. So time management might be a thing for you this month because there's just so much going on. The other little interesting tidbit is that there's been a thing called a black moon for some people in Western Canada, Western US, Mexico and South America. And this basically means that on the 31st there was a new moon on the 31st of January. So west of Indiana, a place called Lafayette, Indiana, would have got that new moon on the 31st. And if you're east of that, or in the UK, Australia or New Zealand or Europe, then your new moon is on the 1st of February. Okay, so depending on what location you're in. But not to worry, I'll talk more about that in a moment when we come to your horoscope. I'll just briefly explain. I like to draw 2 tarot cards as theme cards for you. And then we'll have a look at your horoscope in depth, and then I'll do a psychic channeling at the end, so stick around for that. Okay, if you're new, subscribe and be alive and hit that notification bell right now. Let's go to the main board. This is your horoscope. But we'll draw these 2 cards firstly, and I've already pre-shuffled the cards. So these are theme cards, okay? Let's have a look what comes out for you. The important themes for Scorpio. Okay, first card, first half of the month, closing my eyes. What do I see? A door opening up. Yeah, okay, so just to add on a bit more about these communications and this busy active time, there's lots of new people that you're meeting. The door opens up in front of me and all these new people are pouring through. So new energies coming into your life. Some of them you may not necessarily agree with, but that's okay. They're temporary. They're sort of coming and going. But yeah, like I have to say it again, time management is a real thing for you. Okay, so this card, the 7 of Swords. Swords is all about mental activity. Traditionally, it's called a Thief in the Night card, but I rarely get that interpretation. It's more positive than that, because see, she's got bright yellow legs here, and this is more positive. It's like you might have been in a difficult situation and you're moving away from that situation, looking back on the past. So especially with Mercury retrograde, sometimes things from the past come back. It's a great time for completing things. So if something comes back, maybe you can make peace with it. All of these swords that she's carrying, these are ideas and concepts, and she's putting a couple in the ground. So she's making them real and physical. They're grounded in practical realities. So all these people that I just saw in spirit coming towards you, they're going to give you some ideas that you can actually really do something with. Okay. Travel sometimes is involved too, because the shape of the tent, like that, tents can indicate travel, but the shape also is a similar shape to what I see for chakras. So it could be about your chakras opening up. All right, the second half of the month. Let's see what comes out. And okay, we'll go with that one there. Closing my eyes now. What do I see? I see a ladder. It's a rope ladder going up into the sky. There's so much change going on. It's windy that you've got to hold on. You've come so far, And, you know, you might be looking back and seeing how far you've come, in fact. And so that's what I mean about bits of the past coming back to you. But keep going and hold on. You're getting there. You're making progress. So a lot of spiritual progress being made. Okay, so Nine of Swords, it's come to the end of the cycle almost. The Nine is almost at the end. There could be some disappointment, these things that come back from the past, and you wish it had worked out better, but it hasn't. So with all of these swords here, there's a lot of thinking going on, but it's time to make a decision, perhaps to move on. Things have to change. She's holding on to something that's purple here, so this suggests spirit is there supporting her in some way. Also, it could have been a failure about something. You know, she desired something but she got something else, perhaps. And so the new cycle, this suggests a new cycle will be starting soon, and you'll be able to start afresh. Okay, alrighty. If somebody, and this is not for many of you, I'm sure, but yeah, daggers, I'm just thinking daggers in the back. It could be somebody talking out of turn, but I'm sure you'll find out if that's the case. I wouldn't even focus on that too much, because you know what, there's a thing called karma, and spirit takes care of that, so you don't have to count the incidents or the things that happened. You don't have to think about it because it's already taken care of automatically. All right, let's have a look at your horoscope in depth now. I'm going to make this bigger for you. Bear these cards in mind. This one here, I think it's got something to do with Chiron, which I'll talk about in a moment. Okay, so let me put that up there like that. All right, this is called a privacy chart because there's a lot of activity down here. Actually, this is the northern hemisphere and this is the southern hemisphere, but it's sort of counterintuitive to what we think, because we'd normally put the northern hemisphere up there. And with this, there's a lot going on underneath in the subconscious, it suggests, and you need privacy and solitude at some point. Mercury retrograde till the 3rd. There's a huge butterfly here at the window. It's a black and white butterfly that just literally come right up to the screen on the window. Would have flown in if I didn't have the screen on. Butterflies suggest new life. The fact it's a black and white butterfly means that some things are hidden, because of course they are, because they're in the subconscious, in the northern hemisphere, the lower part of the chart. And white, some things are known, so you've got some information you can base decisions on, but you haven't got all of the information yet. From the 30th of January to the 8th of February, Mercury retrograde conjuncts Mercury, and so especially after the 3rd, you're likely to be more alert, mentally sharp and clear, and you can comprehend new ideas much more easily and speak about your ideas. You're likely to be quite intellectually curious, and it's a great time to make plans and strategies or begin a course of study. Now the 31st or the 1st, depending on your location, the new moon is in the 5th house. Here, this brings new beginnings around your creativity, maybe romance if that's what you're interested in. It's also the world of the child, leisure and pleasure. It could be more to do with children or being childlike. You can come out of your shell, express your real desires and feelings, and display how you feel about other people. Your playful, fun-loving or dramatic side is highlighted, and it's a great time for sports, games and entertainment and creative activities. The 4th of February to the 7th of February, Mars squares Chiron. It's time to keep control of your feelings, because there could be stuff coming up. It's all bubbling around underneath here in your subconscious. So with Mars, sometimes there's a degree of impatience or even anger. Could be intense feelings brewing just underneath the surface. So It's a great idea if you can, keep a journal and write about those, or maybe go for a walk in the morning at the start of the day. It takes the edge off the feelings. It is time to forgive the past, okay? This is the past, looking back on the past and move forward, okay? But you might need to do that, to move forward. You might need to go through a time where you feel your feelings and remember, how you felt about something. But yeah, time to make an effort to heal past wounds. The 7th to the 10th, Mars conjuncts Venus. This is fabulous for romance. Maybe you decide you want to be with somebody in particular. And if you are single, you may decide that you're, sick of being single and you're going to go out there and make the first move towards someone you could be attracted to. But if you're not interested in that, then artistic and creative expression is highlighted and favoured now. 9th to the 12th of the month, Mercury conjuncts Pluto. This one's like a magical mystery tour, because you want to go down deep into your subconscious and really find out what's going on down there. And in the outside world, you're sort of interested in topics that are not normally discussed, or the things that people sweep under the carpet. You want to get right to the core of the matter. The only thing with this is be cautious that you're not too overly insistent when you're speaking about something. 13th of February to the 9th of March, Mercury moves into your 4th house here. This is all about your home and family. You're likely to be feeling rather nostalgic, remembering the past, things that have come back. See these cards, how relevant they are. And you could be talking to family members and establishing old connections with people you used to know. Now there's 2 butterflies together, and they're really big and they're orange, and they look like they're doing a little dance together, and it's romance. I think it's like mating, like they're getting ready to mate, even though we're in summer proper here in Australia. But massive orange butterflies, they're not right up to the window. So that says to me romance could be high on the agenda. And orange, of course, is the sacral chakra. So that's sexuality, reproduction and creativity. So if you're not interested in romance, you can still be creative if you wish. So the other thing with Mercury in your 4th house might be that you're speaking about very personal, private matters, and it's time for you to be at home and communicate to those people that are really closest to you. 12th of February to the 20th of February, Jupiter sextiles Uranus. This is very positive. A lot of star signs have got this. You could be feeling more confident than usual. Life is very upbeat and progressive. This influence is all about progressive change, progressing forwards, okay? So it's very optimistic. Co-workers, people you work with, or other businesses that you conduct business with, there's some sort of change in policy or procedures, and it's for the better. Contracts and agreements that you sign tend to work out and be quite fortunate for all concerned. The only point is, if people want to hold on to the past, then they probably won't be happy with this, because this is very forward, future-oriented type of transit. And again, look at these cards. You see, you feel the feelings and then you move on. So that's, really beneficial. You could also be, with this, you could also be involved with some sort of social change on a collective level, and there could be a lot of interest from the public with that. 16th of February sees a full moon here in your 11th house of connections, groups and hopes and dreams. You might feel a need for community and emotional contact with friends and supportive people who are supportive generally. And there's a deepening of the closeness between yourself and other people. Also, cultural events and participating in group efforts works out quite well. 14th of February to the 22nd of February, Jupiter sextiles Venus. This is fabulous for your personal relationships and friendships. You can share your feelings and interests openly and honestly with other people, and they, in return, they will share with you as well. You can help each other, and if there's somebody that you haven't been getting on with, there might be some sort of resolution now, or you can see a way to break down the icy wall between you. Business dealings and professional associations are also benefited at the moment, and there's a general sort of harmonious atmosphere around you. And again, any contracts that you sign are likely to work out quite good for all concerned. 17th of March to the 17th of February until the 20th of March, Sun moves into your 5th house here. You could feel quite energized and inspired creatively. You want to bring forth all that is within you, and you express yourself more freely, playfully, and spontaneously. Okay, you might feel like taking educated risks and do something a bit different. The dramatic and performing arts, sports and games, and entertainment appeal to you strongly now. It's great for your creativity. 21st of February to the 24th of February, Venus sextiles Neptune. You're quite receptive to beauty. You want to be surrounded with harmony and kindness. You feel tender and gentle towards other people, and you can help them out, and they will help you out in return, and that'll make you happy. 25th of February to the 28th of February, Mars conjuncts Mercury. With this, just be a little bit cautious, because with Mars you'll have a lot more energy and sort of forcefulness, so you just want to control how that comes out of your mouth. You could be extremely straightforward and direct, so it's not the best time to be diplomatic. So yeah, just watch that. It's great for mental work. You can really get in there and do a lot of work. Yeah, it's better to attack mental work than attack your friends and family verbally, I'm talking about. 28th of February to the 2nd of March, Sun sextiles Uranus. You could act on impulse, changing your usual routine, but it actually works out better. You discover something exciting. You use your intuition more, and logic has its place, but during these dates you'll find that your intuition is on fire. And time, something happens with time. Things seem to speed up, so do watch your time management. And it could be an interesting time, but an unpredictable time. 28th of February to the 2nd of March, Sun sextiles Venus. Your relationships are very affectionate and friendly at the moment. You may benefit socially or materially through an opportunity offered to you by a friend, and it's a great time for parties, social gatherings, and enjoying yourself. 28th of February to the 3rd of March, Mars conjuncts Pluto. Now with this one, you might get a little bit, what we say in Australia, maggot on the brain. It's like you just get this sort of obsessive idea that you want to do something and you're working on it. You can work really hard on a project, and you're just sort of compulsively working on it to get it done. You've got to watch that you don't drive yourself too hard, okay? If you're working with a team of people, don't drive them too hard either. You may have the best of intentions, but this sort of compulsive working towards something may not be in balance, so just watch that. There could be power struggles between you and another person too under this influence, so watch that. And finally, 25th of February to the 2nd of April, Chiron squares Venus. A lot of star signs have this one as well. You may feel like you're at a turning point in a relationship. You may decide to give something up, okay? So it's almost like you're on a road and you come to a T-junction. Shall I go left or shall I go right? And so you have to make a decision, because there could be another person involved and you're not on the same page anymore. This could also be about your work. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's a romantic relationship, but it could be. Because it's Venus, it can indicate your money or your relationships. And it's just you don't see eye to eye anymore. And if it is a romantic relationship or a partnership, you're not going to appreciate the final straw could be something like this person trying to dominate you. You're not going to appreciate it. And it could be that the expectations, that one or both of you have expectations about a relationship, but they're not being met. So, yeah, you might come to a stop sign or a T junction, and you have to decide which way you're going to go with it. The other thing is, during this time, it's not the best time for socialising. Now, you might find you receive less social invitations, and you just want to stay home and deal with things you have to deal with, basically. If you're working on a creative project or something to do with your financial affairs, there might be some constructive criticism about that. Okay, sometimes with Chiron, it's a bit like the wounded healer. A wound from the past, like here, comes back, and you could be talking to someone and somebody, is saying, well, you could do this or you could do that, it's not something that you'd thought of, perhaps. Okay, but you are moving forward. It's basically, there's a lot of really positive things happening here for you, Sensational Scorpios. Okay, so now I'm just going to close my eyes and see what I can see for you for February, for Scorpio. Okay, February 2022. All right. Okay, I see a sundial. So it's all about timing, and you have to watch your time management, because I see the sundial and the sun falling, the sun shining, and there's a shadow, and time's going much quicker. So make sure you leave enough time between your jobs that you can, you need to add extra time in. And especially at the beginning of the month when Mercury is retrograde, that's like doubly so. And with all of that activity, I'll just go back and show you all of this activity here, Mars, Venus, Mercury, the beginning of the month here in your third house, with all of these things that are going to happen, because you're going to be very busy and active. Okay, what else? The sundial's on speed dial. Okay, what else do I see for Scorpio? There's a door opening up here, and more people coming in. So yeah, more communications with lots of different people. Something about bread and butter. Bread and butter. Okay, so your bread and butter money. These could be like clients, if you have a business. If you work in retail, customers coming in, and it gives you bread and butter. Okay, bread and butter money. Okay, so, but there's also the facility. Bread and butter is like the basic money that you earn. There's also some sort of energy or opportunity for something on top of the bread and butter money. Okay, right. Something about eyelashes. I see eyelashes. You changing, if you wear false eyelashes, maybe you might consider a change in lashes. Something about an eyelash getting stuck or something. You don't like it, or something, you're going to change eyelashes if you wear false eyelashes. I don't know the point of me telling you that. But now I see a book. It's like your life book, and the pages are just flying past really quickly. So it's like this is a time of transition, but it's very fast transition that's happening in February. Okay, so that's it, Sensational Scorpios. I hope this is useful for you. Leave a like or a comment or share on your socials. That would be fabulous, and I'd really appreciate that. And if you're new, please consider subscribing to the channel and hit that notification bell. Have a wonderful month, everyone, and I'll see you all again soon. Okay, thanks and bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website, absolutesoulsecrets.com, for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.